How's it going, you lot? It's a little bit of a breezy morning, which is great. I've come to this place, walked down that little path there, and I thought, come across this old basketball court. Never been here before, so I don't know what it's like, but it seems fairly good. Twigs on the floor, bit of grass. Not had a lot of rain in a few months, so the grass is a bit brown, but that's all right. The old trees are doing well. Look. Probably not. Deep roots though. Well, I didn't have any plans, as usual, of coming out with anything this morning. In fact, I woke up this morning just after 5 and went and sat out in the conservatory, and I thought, lovely. Had a nice glass of orange juice, and I thought, brilliant. What can I do this morning before I have to go and do the other things I have to do? Got a few hours spare. And I thought, you know what? I'll go out in the shed and have a look, see if there's anything to do. And I walked past the old Savage. And then I said to myself, you know what? Let's go and give it a run. So the other day, I thought that was a sheep then, it's a dog. The other day, I played around with the gearbox on it, just because I wanted to just at least set it to factory settings, and then I know that I've done something with it and then put it away. I had no plan on really running it anytime soon. I always say that I do, but I don't really. I just make that up just to sound like I want to do something. So I thought, let's go and give it a run. So let's fire it up and see what happens. I think there was someone commented on the video of me getting this, playing around with this gearbox that I put up the other day, well, probably a week or so ago now, I suppose, a bit more, maybe a bit more. Someone said, why are you playing around with that one when you've got a brand new one? Well, I don't like the new one. Well, I like the new one, but I only bought it just to make videos with, really, to be fair. And to keep product, to let HPI know that people are out there buying their stuff. But, what's going on here then? Have I run this since I put this transmitter on here? I don't know. Model select. I think I put the Mugen one in there. FG Marder, that's still got it. The SS has still got that one. The P10 Alpha's still got that in it. Techno's still got that one. And then they've got S-Works. I don't think the S-Works one worked, did it? Maybe it is the S-Works one. Maybe I did put the S-Works one in there. Right, it's the S-Works one that's working in it, so we'll go with that then. We'll go with that, Johnny boy. But we need to have a look at our end stops, I think, because that doesn't seem to be doing a lot. We'll work out the brakes later on. Anyway, let's put some nitro in here. We've got some in there already, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to mix in this stuff. It looks like tornado fuel in there. We've got half a tank of tornado fuel, so we'll run that, because this isn't tornado fuel, this is OptiFuel. So we'll run the half a tank of tornado, and then, ooh. And then, once we've ran the half a tank of tornado fuel, we'll move over to a bit of OptiFuel. Let's use this glow starter today. I've got this one here as well, but we'll use this one. Let's take that off. Primer up. Now, because this is a little bit of a hasty one, the mesh, I know you're going to mention it, the mesh is far too tight, because there is only one bolt holding the little plate in what the engine sits on, so it's all wiggly wobbly, do you know what I mean? So I didn't really plan on using this, I just wanted to set the gearbox and chuck it in the corner. But yeah, so we've only got one bolt holding that plate in, which means it's very difficult to set the mesh because it all moves around. So I know someone's going to mention it, your mesh is too tight. Well, that's the reason. The original 21 engine in that, 25 or whatever it is years old, running like a dream still, no trouble with that. I'll let these dogs go past. Oh, we've got second gear. At least we got some kind of gearage. Might even have third. Don't know. I can't tell. It did change though. I think the brakes are stuck on a little bit. I think it is changing. Yeah, it is. It's just really quick, but it is changing. 3 gears. They're just really close together, which is all right with me. I don't mind, as long as they change. Listen, ready? It goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, they're changing. That's all I care about. One, two, three. I don't mind that. Some of you probably are anal about it, but I'm not. I don't care. That's the first time that gearbox has ever used all 3 gears. In 20 years, it's only ever had 2 gears. Honestly, since I put that gearbox in, it's only ever done 2 gears. Whether it was second, I don't know what it is, but it's only ever had 2 gears, and now it's doing all 3, and it's 20 years, but it's better late than never. The mesh isn't right, we know that. It's making a funny noise, we know that. It does sound good though. 1, 2, 3. I like that. The mesh ain't hindering it that much. I will get a bolt, probably never, to hold that plate in. 1, 2, 3. I like that. Oh, I can hear the mesh now. What's that vibrating then? Something's vibrating like mad. that's vibrating, but we'll just ignore it, it'll be alright. Alright. Oh no. That's the R clip. That's not good, is it? I don't like losing our clips. Well, I don't expect anybody likes losing our clips. Oh, there it is. Right, there we go. We've got all 3 gears. 1, 2, 3. Got our shell on. Oh, we'll get rid of that bloody thing. We've got our shell on. Happy days. Let's see. Let's run it now then. See what goes on. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the original Savage experience there. This is the best version, man. They should make a 21. How many years is it? HPI, if you're listening. I don't know how many years it is, but 26 years, I don't know. They should make an edition, a 21. Have everything original, just a new version. So it's just a new truck, but everything is as it was with a 21. That's what they should do. Because this is the best one. Out of all the Savages they've ever had, 21's the best. It's just more authentic, you know. 1, 2, 3. Some people like the gears to be proper longed out. I'm not bothered with that. I like a nice short shift. Yeah, look at this and that bastard. That's the reason I was messing around with this one when I got a brand new one on the bench. The new one's new, that's boring. This one, this is the one. I think that mesh is getting a bit worse. Quite windy today. Good temperature as well. Not too hot, because sometimes when it's a bit hot, the old Nitro's engines, they get a little bit warm, but I think it's about 21, 22 today. It's all right. I don't know what time it is now. Oh, it's 20 to 7. 20 to 7 on a Sunday morning. Got any brakes? No. So we've got no brakes. No brakes, but that's just because the lever's a bit... I need to move the lever around, really. I might play with that one day. But I'm pleased that we've got all gears after however many years, 20 odd years. Finally we got all 3 gears. We've been having a lot. We've got doing a lot of savaging recently, haven't we? There's a lot of savaging. We done. I've got that trophy out the other day, didn't I? But other than that, it's been constant savages, isn't it? I wasn't really, as I said, I had no intention of coming out with anything this morning. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just woke up in the morning, and I don't really plan stuff like that. Unless something has to be planned, you know. Sometimes things in life they need to be planned because that's just how they work. But things like this, you don't plan it. So, because I didn't know what I was doing this morning. I didn't say to my mate Jordan, I didn't say, look, I'm coming out, do you want to come and meet me? So that's why I'm on my own today. On my own. I am. I'm on my own. I might not be on my own. I mean, who knows? I mean, look, anyone could be hiding in them bushes. You just never know, do you? I might not be on my own. But there we go. But no, I didn't. So, didn't say to anyone, I'm coming here. So, I was just having a sleep. It's having a chill out. I didn't bring any refreshments for it. I'll have to bring it a mug of tea next time. A flask of tea for it. Yeah, and that was amazing, though, eh? Look at it. Absolutely the best. I mean, I've got the plastic axles, the ones that come with it, in a box somewhere. So I'm going to change them back so that it is all original. Because when I was about 25, probably, I was a bit of a cock, and I decided to change it all for aluminium stuff, which is no good. So I'll put it back to the plastic ones at some point soon. And they're in a box somewhere, I've got to find them, and then it'll be standard again. Standard's the best, man. There's no, some people, I mean everyone, like me included, go down the route of, you know, modifying is the way forward, but it ain't. It's not. You know, modifying stuff is just, standard is the way forward, because they do a lot of testing, development, and all that kind of stuff on these cars. And if you go playing around with it, you mess it all up. And it's never as good as it was when it was standard. So, standard's the best way. So, when I find them, I'll put the axles back on again. But this is brilliant. Right, let's fire it up again and use the rest of this tank of nitro. Now, some of you are probably going to say, oh, it's a bit rich, it's a bit sluggish, it needs a bit of a tune. I don't care. I simply don't care. Because it's just the best. Simple as that. There's a couple of dogs over there. We'll let them pass. They might be afraid of it. There's not a lot. Look. Shame we can't rebuild these 21s. Takeover might be a little tad low. What I need, who remembers those rampage ramps? When we were younger, right? It's probably going to tick over a bit low, it's probably going to conk out again. When I was younger, Savage, up and down the street where I lived, so I lived up a dead end road, luckily. So we used to, they're like the plastic rampage ramps that you have when you're a kid. They're like a black plastic ramp, and you BMXs and things like that, and skateboard or whatever. They're called rampage ramps because they're made by a company called Rampage. Well, probably not. They're made by a different company, but shh, thank you. They called them rampage ramps. So there was lamp posts, obviously, about the height of that basketball hoop, right, up and down the street, obviously. So we used to put the rampage ramps in the middle of the street. Imagine this, I'm on the path here, right, and that basketball hoop, I'll show you how tall the basketball hoop is. Look, I'm walking underneath it, yeah, and the lamp posts are maybe even slightly taller than that, perhaps, right. So there's the path, there's the lamp post, and there's the road. Here's the path here where I am, right. So we put the rampage ramp in the middle there, and I'll stand on the path here, lamp post there, right, Savage down the road, and we go up the rampage ramp, and I can see whether it goes over the lamppost or not. Obviously it's not actually going over the lamppost because it's on the path, but I can see if it goes high like a rainbow like that, see. And yeah, that thing used to fly. It used to go higher than the lampposts, and then it would land flat on the other side, turn around and come back. And sometimes we might bring his other rampage ramp, and we'd have it, and I know it's hard to believe, but when you're, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, you can get quite good at things quite quickly. So they're only small, these rampage ramps. Some of you probably know what they are. Little black ramps, probably about that wide, from that bit of grass to there probably. It's meant for BMXs and skateboards and stuff. Plastic. And I was quite good at taking off about there, going over the lamppost and landing down the other rampage ramp, turning around and doing it again. And that'd just be all day long, especially in the 6 weeks holidays. You know, when you got 6 weeks off of school. Every day out in the street. I don't know how the neighbours, they were good neighbours there. God knows. Yeah, my mum and dad, to start with, they was like, no, you're not taking that out the front. No, you can't take it out the front. Too noisy. No. But then obviously, as I started to get a bit older, I'd say, and they just kind of give in, I think. They just kind of give up. Oh, I'll take it out the front then. So, yeah, but I don't know how those neighbours didn't say anything, didn't complain. But I never had one complaint from any neighbour, ever, not one. There was one bloke down the end of the road, called him, my dad used to call him Chicken George, because his name was George, but he had a load of chickens, I think. He's a bit grumpy, but he was right down the other end, but no one ever said anything. It was great. Yeah, but that Savage there, that's flown off of all sorts. There's cliffs, that's gone off of cliffs, that's gone off all sorts. You know, that's probably why it's a bit battered and it's only got one bolt holding the engine plate in, but yes, they're bulletproof, absolutely bulletproof, I tell you. They really are. But when you see, it sounds a bit ungrateful, but I can't speak for every teenager, every kid, but even when you're a kid, even if you understand, even if you're grateful for what you've got and you understand the value of things and the value of money and all that, which I like to think I kind of did, you've got a lot less empathy, I suppose is the word, perhaps maybe that's the wrong word, for things. Yeah, for example, obviously as an adult, if I break something, it's me that's got to repair it. It's me that's got to pay to buy the parts to repair it. Plus, I know I know what it's worth. So, I probably wouldn't launch it off. I wouldn't launch that new one off a cliff, and I wouldn't launch that one off a cliff now. And you know, but back then, didn't matter because, in fact, I never even thought about it would break. I don't think. I just used to think, oh, there's a cliff. I'll launch it off it. There we go. And it never broke, never. And I mean it never broke. You know what we're going to say? Well, of course it did. No, it didn't. Never broke. The only thing is, I don't think it even went through glow plugs. It smashed into curbs, trees, all sorts, and it never actually broke. You know, I think probably little things happened to it that I just don't remember, but it's very seldom did I ever have to go down the shop and buy a part for it. I don't think I ever did. Honestly, spur gears. The only things that ever went on it because engine bolts, and I do remember a couple of times, yeah, the spur gears went. because they're plastic. But other than that, nothing. And I mean that, you know. Yeah. But it's just how it is though, isn't it? As a kid, you just don't have that sort of thought. You don't think, oh, it might break. You just think, oh, let's do that. Now, as an adult, you're like, oh, I want to do that. It's probably going to break. I've got to pay for it, plus the time to mend it. I won't do that. Just about a fault to bloody buy socks, let alone anything else. Right. Let's, I'm going to use up the rest of this tank. I'm not going to film it because it'll bore you. I'll use up the rest of this tank, have a little bit of fun, and then see what else the day brings. Right. If you get it just right, if you get it just right, you can get these gearboxes to do a downshift as well. But you have got to get it. You got to get the timing and the revs just right. But you can get it to do a downshift, and it does sound quite good. It kind of goes. Let's see if we can do it. Right, now we're in third. Ah, not right. I do like to run this one on the richer side, just because it's such an old. The engine's it's worn out basically. I mean, you know. So I do like to run it on the richer side to make sure it's got plenty of lube. Plus, I don't want it revving very high either. Let's try and get this downshift. Right, now we're in third. Did you hear it? Don't know if you heard it, I heard it. You got to get the revs, you got to be on the revs, on the throttle, so that you've got the revs going on, but you got to get it just at the point where the centrifugal force in that gearbox isn't enough to keep that little fork out, so it flicks back in again, and then you hear it in the revs because obviously it goes down a gear. Oh, stick there. Yeah, you have got to get it just right. There it was, did you hear it? It went down a gear. Went from third to second. I was getting it before, I wasn't filming earlier, and I was getting it nearly every time, but now I can't bloody do it. Of course, typical, isn't it? Still haven't got any brakes. I'll have to sort that out one day. Probably later, never. This tank's lasting ages. I'm gonna have to go soon. Third gear while going around the corner. That nitro smells good, whatever that is. Oh, it's not Optifuel, isn't it? Yeah, it smells good. I think the best smelling fuel was that Model Technics fuel, but I don't think they sell it anymore. I think they're gone. Well, the gearbox is going well now anyway. We're happy with that. I think I'd done 4.5 on second and 3.5 on third, or 3 on third. I think it was 3 on third and 4.5 on second. I think that's what I did. I might be wrong. Can't remember now. bit of a, I just messed around, to be honest. I just did whatever. Some people were saying the wheels fall off these. I've never had a wheel fall off ever. You check your wheel nuts, they don't fall off. And you've got reverse thread on the other side as well. You see, the thing is, a lot of the trouble, right? What happens is, what you get happen. I'm going to let that conk out because the tick over's a bit long. I'm going to let it conk out and I'm going to be off. But what you get happen is, and this is just my opinion, but what I think happens, because a lot of the things that people say happen to these Savages. Now, I've had that, as I keep saying, and I know I keep saying it, so bear with me. But I've had that 21 since 2002, right? And I used it, as I said, every single day when I was young. Every single day. After school, and as I say, on weekends, every day. It's just constant, relentless. Up until about 2013 or so, when about 2012 when I got married. That's when I probably stopped using it so much because it just focused on family rather than nitro cars. And I only really had that Savage. Now, a lot of the things that people say, it's out there in the, you know, this happens, that happens. I've never had happen. You know, people say that the wheels always fell off these ones because it's got little 13mm bolts. People say the wheels always fell off. That's what happens. Well, I never had a wheel fall off. I've had the little hex, where they strip out. Well, I say I never had a wheel fall off. That's a lie. The wheel was falling off a couple of times. I can remember one time. It's just because I didn't do the nut up. Because what happened was, I remember that I didn't do the nut up, and it was a back wheel. And where you got the little hexagon drive thing, the rims are just plastic, and obviously if the nut's not done up, it's loose. That's just going to spin in there and it rounds it out. So that happened. So the wheel didn't actually come off. The wheel just come a bit loose, and then that stripped that out, and that was that. I had to glue it back in, and we're still glued in now. So yeah, that happened. But I've never had the wheels come off. Apparently they come off rampantly. Never had that. And of course the old legendary half a tank lean thing. It's because of the way the tank is designed, it does have a small effect when it gets to about halfway full. About half full, it does have a little effect on the way the engine runs, but it's nothing to worry about. And I know some people do go to some bizarre measures, I suppose, to try and combat it, but there's nothing to combat. There's literally nothing to combat. You can remedy it by just having it a little bit richer, because then obviously when it does get halfway and the pressure in that tank does change ever so slightly, having it a bit richer will make it so it just doesn't matter. You don't even notice it. But you don't notice it really anyway, because it doesn't affect... Let's run out of nitro. Oh. Bloody hell, I thought, let me use that up quick anyway. Yeah, so even if you are running your engine at the maximum of its capabilities, you know, with the tune is right on the edge of its limits, it doesn't really even make that much difference. It just kind of makes a difference on tick over a little bit. You might hear it giggity a little bit, and when you come off the throttle, it giggities a little bit. But there's a few of these things that people say happen, which I just never came across, and I still don't to this day. But yeah, there we go. I think this is the best model they've ever done. So put in the comments if you think that HPI should make a limited edition, you know, anniversary. The thing is, it'll have to be like a round number, wouldn't it? Like 30 years, for example. I don't know how many. It was 2002 to 2026 or 27 if they did it next year. That'd be, if it was 2000, it'd be 27 years. So it must be 25 years if they did it for 27, wouldn't it? Well, they could do that. 25-year anniversary of the Savage. Come on, HPI. Do a limited edition one of the Savage 21, make it exactly with the same shell, don't make any modern day things, have the radio box the way that it is on the 21, everything identical. Even obviously with it's got to have a 21 engine in it, otherwise it ain't going to be it won't be, well, you can't put a 4.6 in it because it won't be a 21. It's got to be identical. And obviously on the shell it could be the same colour scheme like that, but it could have some things on it like, 25 years or whatever it is. The same tyres, don't have 17mm hex things on it, have those bolts, nuts, because this is just the iconic version. This is it. The new ones haven't got a patch on this. Anyway, I'm out of here. So that was the reason why I was playing around with that Savage, that one, on the bench a few weeks ago, whenever it was I put that video up. Because I just wanted to try and get it so that it did change gear. At least the gearbox was working properly. So yeah, there we go. That's a fully working 21 now, and I'm pleased with that. Like I say, the first time ever it's had all 3 gears. Brilliant. Bought that gearbox from Heath's RC Models. That must have been about, I don't know, 2008? 2007, 2008? Must have been. Bloody hell, man. Oh, I love it, eh? Love it. Right, I'm out of here. I'll see you lot on the next one. Take care. And love life, because it's exactly what we're here to do. Look at it, eh? Even an old basketball court. That's what it's all about. I'll see you later. All the best. Don't let people take you for granted, and don't take other people for granted. And don't be rude to people. It's not good, is it? Manners and etiquette's going out the window these days. See you later.